Hello, East Texas. I'm Howard Thompson, and this is your midday news update. If one of your New Year's resolutions is to cook more or to try some new things, you might want to read the TylerPaper.com food section article, which lists the top 12 recipes from 2012's columns. And looking toward the future, we have the answer to that question that everyone's been asking. What will be 2013's breakout vegetable? Our food editor, Christine Gardner, reveals that it's cauliflower. And she gives a suggested recipe on TylerPaper.com today. Some gloomy news about that fiscal cliff deal reached yesterday. While the tax package that Congress passed New Year's Day will protect 99% of Americans from an income tax increase, most of us will still end up paying more federal taxes in 2013. That's because the legislation did nothing to prevent a temporary reduction in the Social Security payroll tax from expiring. In 2012, that 2 percentage point cut in the payroll tax was worth about $1,000 to a worker making $50,000 a year. High-income families will feel the biggest tax increases, but many middle and lower-income families will pay higher taxes too, since the increase in payroll taxes will hit nearly every wage earner. Experts say technology and an expanding DNA database have helped to solve more crimes in Texas. 643 homicides are among the Texas cases solved with assistance from the Combined DNA Index System, or CODIS. Registered sex offenders, convicted felons, and youths in the Texas juvenile system must provide samples. Texas averaged about 200 matches annually during the first 5 years after the national database was created in 1996. Records show that number rose to an average 1,000 hits annually for the following 10 years. The Israeli military on Wednesday ordered dozens of Palestinian Bedouins to leave their communities so it could conduct military exercises in a remote area of the West Bank. The military said the order was temporary and that the Palestinians were living illegally in closed military zones. The Bedouins say they have lived in that area for decades. While the Army has issued temporary evacuation orders in the past, Bedouins say they have increased in frequency, and they charge that the practice is meant to pressure them to leave their homes. The area, mostly desert, is home to 60,000 Palestinians, the United Nations estimates. Some 8,000 of those are Bedouins, a culturally distinct community who tend to live on the poor margins of Palestinian society. Pennsylvania's governor says he intends to file a federal antitrust lawsuit against the NCAA in an effort to overturn what he said were harsh penalties against Penn State because of the Jerry Sandusky child sex abuse scandal. He says the NCAA punished students, the community, and businesses around the university, not the former assistant football coach who molested children. The sanctions imposed in July included a $60 million fine for child abuse prevention grants, a 4-year bowl game ban for the university's marquee football program, and the forfeiture of 112 wins. Officials in Putnam County, New York say they'll refuse a newspaper's request to release the names and addresses of residents with pistol permits. However, Robert Freeman of the state's Committee on Open Government says the county outside of New York City would be violating state law if it withholds that public data. The Journal News says Putnam County officials have scheduled a news conference Thursday to announce their decision to deny the request. In December, the Journal News published online maps that allow viewers to see the names and addresses of pistol and revolver permit holders in Westchester and Rockland counties. Critics have called that an invasion of privacy. Some say it could even endanger the permit holders. The newspaper stands by the project, though they have since reportedly hired armed guards for their facility. Have a great afternoon.